Good day, my loves. How we doing this evening? I hope you guys are enjoying this day no matter where you are. I am in the ATL and it is 9:01 in the evening on what's today? I think today is what? Monday, Tuesday? I don't know. Let me see. It's Tuesday, June 22nd. And I'm enjoying myself. I'm doing work, literally doing work, no BS. And I wasn't going to post this video. I was going to post it tomorrow. My brain was like, no, you can do it tomorrow. But then I was like, okay, no, let me just do it now. Because this is literally motivation and it is in real time. This is like real time, right? So at my sister's house, my brother-in-law and his friends and my nephew. So I'm sitting out there chilling. I got my laptop and I'm, creating. And I came in to get some water, so let me still do that before I lose what I'm doing. And one of his friends is into crystals. He was like, he into crystals and shit. He was like, yeah, he weird. And I said, don't call us weird. And he was like, no, y'all not weird. He was like, I said different. Yeah, he said different. So, most people, when you say they into crystals, I never know how deep it go, right? Never know. And so, since I've been in hermit mode, I've not, you can't talk to your folks about it, especially if they're not on, on your 5D dimensional level, okay? So they they don't want to discuss it, however it may be. They may know and just may be scared of it or whatever the case. So you can't talk to them. And so when Broham was like, yo, ain't you in the crystal? He said, don't you put your crystals outside. He said, don't you put your crystals outside? He was like, yeah. And I said, okay, that's what's up. I said, I do too. I was like, so we started talking. He was like, yeah, the third eye, blah, 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 blah. But he was like, yeah, but we ain't going to do that right now. I said, no. I said, no. I said, absolutely not. I said, because I'm just now coming out of it. That's what I said. I said, I'm just now coming out of it, And so I want to enjoy myself tonight. I'm chilling with my family, new folks. So I just want to chill. But as a being, you are consciously aware of your surroundings at all times. And of course, I'm still in that mode where I still talk internally to myself still, because I'm still new to this, but not really new to this, So I came in here, that was the beginning part. So somebody need motivation right about now on whatever I was talking about in the beginning, because I actually came in here to say, I love it. So I haven't gotten my unemployment yet, but God is always on time, not my timing. I'm learning to be patient. That's one of my biggest lessons in this lifetime. Okay, I'll talk about that another time. But anywho, so I had to think creatively in order to feed myself. Okay, because not always people are going to want to help. And not always are people going to be able to help. There are two different things. The people that don't want to help but can help, that's a whole nother subject. You got to put them to the side. But there are people that cannot help, okay? So in my mind, I'm like, okay, last year this man, and I introduced myself last year, blah, 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 who has a farm, like literally not even a block away from where I live at, right? And so last year I introduced myself and everything. That's a whole nother spiritual story behind that. I'll tell that at another time, because I wonder if he remembers it. But I'm anywho, I'll talk about that another time. So last year I volunteered. I offered to volunteer, but he never got back to me. I emailed him. And so this year he posted a sign for volunteers and blah, 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 blah. And so I sent him an email. And so I've been going up there the past couple of days, right? And so it's volunteer work, literally. That's it. So the first day I go up there, it starts drizzling, starts raining. And he's like, if you want to go home, And I'm like, where my head is at. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm in my happy place right now. Okay, I'm outside. So, and I'm learning because I'm learning about just agriculture and farm tools and all this stuff, like knowledge, like downloads. I am loving it. And plus, I'm outside and I don't feel like I'm not accomplishing anything. Because when you're waiting on God, it's like, if you're like me and you're always on the go and you're always about the hustle and you're always about to get that money, however you get it, whether you're doing hair, whether you're baking, whether you go for a corporate job, whatever it may be, if you are that person, when God tells you to sit still, it's going to become very difficult, my love, my darling, my girl, my boy. It's going to become very difficult because we don't know how to do that. We don't know how to do that, and it takes a whole lot of patience. But anyway, I digress because I want to go back and enjoy myself. I do. But clearly someone needs to hear that because it gets better, okay? So I go up there, and it starts raining, and he's like, if you want to go, you can go. And I'm like, no, I'm good. So it drizzled. It didn't get real hard. But hell, I love water. I love outside. I played in the rain as a kid. I still play in the rain as an adult. It has not literally stopped. It has not stopped. On my actual page, I have one where I stopped a man in Best Buy. Actually, I asked one of the workers if he could take some pictures of me because I was feeling so free in my head but confused at the same time. And I was going in to get something and it started raining. I had on flip-flop jeans and a shirt, and I stood in the middle of the road, yo, with my head held back, with my mouth open up to God, like literally. Anywho, so I'm working, and so before I get ready to go, because I'm working, I love outside. If you know me, I love outside. And the fact that I'm doing something that I absolutely love and am interested in, like, it's different to read about it, because I can read about it. But it's more hands-on when your hands are in the dirt and you're learning. It's just a different way of... Anywho. So anyway, the moral of the story is, while I was just like all in my head about, how I'm going to eat, I'm like, okay, God sat me still. I'm learning patience. I'm learning to trust myself. And that's what, this is like a big up to me. Because at the end of it, I learned how to trust myself, sit still, not stress, not beg. I'm learning. And I don't look at it as begging because you are in need, right? So you kind of feel like you can, right? But what it is, you don't even have to worry about it, right? So like at the end of it, I'm chilling, and the guy goes, you know what, if you want, because you like work, and I was the only one that showed up. No one else that showed up. There's people that come and buy from the farmers market, but no one has showed up. And it's actually one where you can walk through and pick your own. I love this idea. When he mentioned it to me last year, I was like literally all on board. But God's timing. It wasn't my time last year, okay? So anywho, he was like, you can take whatever you want. So look what I got, y'all. Everything that I actually eat. Zucchini, squash, some peppers, some cherry tomatoes, some cucumbers, some green onions, some scallions, some white potatoes, some hot peppers, zucchini, squash, and then we have a whole bunch of other crops coming in too. So listen, it's gonna be all right. I promise you. You got to learn to sit still, though, and you got to learn to trust God and His timing. We get so caught up and get so panicky on the inside that we feel like we got to move. But if we trust God, He will move in miraculous ways. That was miraculous to me because I expected nothing. It was volunteer work, okay? I expected nothing, but I got everything that I actually eat. We ain't grown no salad yet. But how grateful am I? You understand? Listen, and it's literally on my to-do list. I said this manifestation. I just manifested this. I wanted it so bad last year, y'all. I wanted it so bad, and when it didn't happen, I almost got discouraged. But I never stopped. You know what I did? I ordered those implant basil, um, and homegrown. That I did that. I had to go with what I had at the time. I know I didn't get what I wanted, but I still had the desire, so I made it happen in a small way. But it led to this. How grateful am I? No matter where you at, my love. And if you watched any previous videos, which you should, because you'll understand why I can smile. You'll understand. How beautiful is that, y'all? I already watched it, so I'm finna eat a cherry tomato. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is so good, y'all. I picked it out with my own hand. Oh, it's juicy. Namaste. I love you guys. Hang in there. No matter what. It gets better. I promise. I promise. It gets better. Those are very good. Have a good day, guys. I promise you it gets better. I do, I promise you. That one's already split, so I'm not going to eat that. Yeah. Okay? It gets better, y'all. I always have hope. No matter how bad it got, y'all. I always had hope. I never gave up. I stayed loyal. I stayed loyal to God. I did. I spoke from my heart every time. I always had true intention, no matter what. And if anybody told me I hurt them, and if I knew it wasn't intentional, I always apologize. Because I recognize even with it not being my intent, if that's how they felt, that wasn't my intent for them to feel that way. You know? It gets better. I love you guys. I share, okay? Find something to smile about today. Bye.